So, God of War Ragnarok DLC. What do the fans want? That's what we're going to be going over today. And let's check out what you all had to say and what you want to see in the next God of War game, whether it's mythologies, the gods, just specific events in general. Let's figure it out. What do you guys want? And tell me what you want to see in the comments down below. That's what the thing. So, both my nuts. That's a great name. Personally, Egyptian is my first pick. Second, Aztec. My phone went off. Of course it did. Third, Asian, preferably China or Japan. Fourth, Hawaiian. I'm biased on this because I'm from Hawaii, and there are many gods to us culturally. I mean, that is pretty sick. I'm down for any of those. Egyptian, Aztec, Chinese, Japanese, Hawaiian would be wicked cool. I'm down for all of it. I really don't know much about Aztec or Chinese, Japanese, or even Hawaiian, really. I mostly know, like, Norse. Norse is, like, my friggin' wheelhouse. A little bit about Egyptian, a little bit here and there, but the rest of them, nah. No. Next up, KF the Aesir. They've already covered two of what I refer as the big three of myth, Greek, Norse, and Egyptian, so it makes sense to cover the last of them, Egypt. However, lately I've grown very interesting, in Celtic mythology, which is not a myth that gets a whole lot of attention. And given that Mimir is this universe, I'm pretty sure is from this universe and from this world, I'd actually like for them to go there next. Now, I completely agree. I would love it they did Celtic mythology. I think they would go more towards Egyptian personally. One, they've already started the project, and two, Celtic and Norse are extremely similar because they're neighbors. Of course, they're going to be extremely similar to one another. I think it would be not as much of a change, kind of like from Greek to Norse. That was a big jump. I think Norse to Egypt would give it that more oomph. You know what I mean? But I would still love Celtic mythology. I'm all about it. Next, Shayne Luck 3884. Personally, I think Japanese mythology would be outstanding. There are so many gods and creatures to face, and it seems as if lots of developers are embracing Japanese culture for upcoming games. I'd love to see Celtic as well. Some of the monsters in that mythology are horrifying. Yeah, and I'd love to see Japanese mythology too. Absolutely I would. I know very little about it, of their gods, their monsters, their hierarchy, whatever it might be. I know very little about that stuff, but I remember, like, the Shinato, I want to say. I believe that's Japanese. Sorry if I offended anybody. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I believe it's the Shinato is, like, the four heavenly gods, if you will. Those would be wicked cool. Like, each of them have, like, an element. Each of them have a direction, north, south, east, west. It'd be really cool. And once again, Celtic again. Seems to be people are liking the Celtic idea, which I'm all for. I would like to explore that a little bit as well. Next, genre videos. Celtic mythology, hands down. Such a criminally underrated and unexplored mythology in pop culture, and I agree as well. I think it has a rich history. It has a lot. It has, okay, maybe not a lot. It has very few written sources, if any. Most of it, if I remember correct from research, is mostly oral tradition. They pass it down orally from generation to generation, so there's very little written down about them, but still a luscious culture, and I would love to explore. The Gaming Samurai 6343. I'm going to say Egyptian mythology would be amazing, and it was it was slightly in the comic, so to say it in a game would be pretty sick. I agree. I still love the idea of Egyptian mythology. Brother Jake is way more wrapped up in Egyptian mythology than I am. I kind of took the more Norse road, so he knows way more about that, but I'm still learning. Still getting there. Would love to see Egypt in the game. I personally think that's probably where they're gonna go next. I don't know, just feeling, I guess. Out of research though, I'm leaning more towards Japanese for all the information that I've seen and read about and everything. It's actually in this video over Card Over Mya. It's in this video where it kind of goes over just my theory about it, like where it could go and what gods we could see and everything else, so check it out. And we also got a comment from Sue Okis. I'm going to say that's your name. Yeah. I think either Egyptian or Celtic would be nice to see. Japanese is cool too, but there are some action games recently that already cover a lot of its beasts, like the Neo series. I would pick Egyptian because it is recognizable and offers a different environment to the Norse, a hot desert kingdom with rivers and jungles. And we haven't seen a lot of action/adventure games focus on Egyptian mythology much. Same for Celtic. Would love for Kratos to face some, I think that's supposed to say formidable or formidable, something like that. I have no idea. And Baller, whoever Baller is. Baller! Only problem is with potential sequels is that are they gonna do with his son Atreus/Loki, who has had a big presence now and some future going ons with Angrboda probably. Is he gonna be left in the Norse? And that's a fantastic question. I have actually a video I'm kind of working on right now, going over kind of that, what may happen to Atreus and / Angrboda in the next game, maybe even the DLC. Kind of working on that too. I don't think he's going to be left in Norse personally, but that's for that other video to find out, and I'll put maybe a card or something around here, maybe something at the end of the video, so you can go watch that when it comes out. So I thought this one was pretty interesting. This is by ABoyJuice102. I think there is a possibility that all of them are next. They might gain some sort of portal/transportation that will give them access across all the lands, much like the World Tree, but instead of the Norse realms, all the different lands of each mythos. So I kind of already commented on this. I think it's a pretty good idea. This is also kind of like the ending that was originally written for the end of the God of War series. At the end of God of War 3, for example, the end of the Greek series, at the end, David Jaffe was talking about how they wanted all the mythos, like the big characters of the mythos, to just fight off against Kratos and forget the ending. Yeah, fight against the big players of each mythos. So that's kind of what ABoyJuice102 is kind of saying, and it's kind of cool because they already kind of made this game already. It's called Bit of War. It's just this little 8-bit. It's kind of like a platformer, I guess. It goes over David Jaffe's original idea. It's got all those different deities from different mythologies, such as I think it has Thor, and I think it had maybe Ra or Sekhmet or from Egyptian mythology or something like that. A bunch of big players from all the different mythologies, and they kind of put it all in one game. Kind of want to see that Bit of War, what it's about. Next up is Party Mantis 3421. We have seen references to Celtic, Egyptian, and Shinto pantheons, among others, so those are most likely. But it would be interesting if they could tackle Finnic mythology. So the mythology of Finland, I'm assuming, at least. I really don't know what that is. I think it's Finnish. They could feature Ukko, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, in either a villain role like his equivalent Odin or Zeus, that's kind of cool, or play him straight, kind of like how he's represented in mythology. Then we can stop by, Tuonela. It's on the screen, I swear. And I swear I'm not trying to screw that up, but I am not doing a good job. The local underworld, there's stuff in the... Jeez, I'm crow, dude. Kalevala to work with there. Okay, so a lot of words I am not familiar with whatsoever. I'm not familiar with Finnish mythology, or Finnic mythology whatsoever. Honestly, assumed it was just kind of like Scandinavian mythology rolled into that, but apparently I'm completely friggin' wrong. I would love to see that, because I literally know nothing about it. I didn't even know this was a thing. Yeah, I'm all for it. I love exploring new things that I don't know anything about. Let's do it. Probably gonna check out more Finnic mythology because I didn't know it was a thing. I honestly didn't. I don't know how to pronounce any of these words. It sounds cool. I want to check it out. I honestly would like to see it in a God of War game. What do you guys think? Next up is Flightless Lord 2688. I think it's likely that one of the more. What does that mean? Did I read that right? Understood mythologies will be used. Greek has a bunch of sources from the time it was actually believed in. Norse has a lot of folklore that exists to this day, as well as a good amount of older sources. Mind you, I think most of them are Christianized. We really don't have a lot from that time period for the Norse. It's kind of like 2 or 3 main sources, if you want to say that. The Poetic Edda, the Prose Edda, and you can say Germania by Tacitus is up there as well. There's isn't a lot. Of course, there's a few more sources than that. We could look at different things to find out different things about the Norse stuff, because like I said earlier, I'm a huge Norse myth guy, but there's not a ton. There's not a lot. So I can see one of the mythologies that has either a lot of modern understanding or is even practiced to this day. To that degree, I'd say Japanese, Chinese, or Egyptian is the most likely. My money is on the latter, because from my understanding, we wanted to Egyptian to begin with. Suck at reading. Reading that, I'd love to see Celtic/Irish myth done right. Seeing the Tula de Danann, I know what that is, haha, in something likely combined with latter fairy legend would be awesome. Also, Mimir equals Merlin. Oh, and Cuchulainn would definitely suit God of War. I know a few of those things. I know a little bit about Celtic. I don't think Mimir is Merlin. He is also confirmed that he is from kind of like the Irish, Celtic, Scottish, English, like that kind of mythology, like kind of like fairies, because even the Norns in God of War Ragnarok call him Puck, which is a fairy in that kind of mythology. So I don't know if Mimir is Merlin. He might serve a dual purpose. I don't see why he couldn't, but I don't think he's Merlin personally, but I have been proven wrong many times. So what's one more? And Cuchulainn for sure. Once again, watch that video, the next mythology of the God of War series. Seriously check it out, because I do go over Cuchulainn as well. And Cuchulainn is basically the Irish Hulk. So Irish Hulk versus Kratos. Yeah, I'm about it. God of War, yes. I thought this one was kind of pretty cool. This is Rodrigo. Oh, I'm going to destroy your name, dude. I am so sorry. Rodrigo Paulo Tabello. I am so sorry. Honestly, I am sorry. That was bad. 9152. If Kratos is going to the realm of Chinese or Japanese mythology next, I can assure that he will meet or encounter some of the Mortal Kombat characters, especially Raiden, Fujin, and Liu Kang. I am all about it, dude. I love Mortal Kombat. I am not good whatsoever, but I really like Mortal Kombat. I played it like first when I was like 2 years old. It was like for the N64, going back. Dating myself a little bit, but whatever, I don't care. Don't remember a ton from it because I haven't played the whole series. I'm not gonna lie. I'm down because I'm pretty sure Kratos was in, oh, correct me if I'm wrong, Mortal Kombat 9? Was it 9? Possibly? I don't know. He was in a Mortal Kombat though, so yeah, so bring it back to God of War series. I'm down with. Okay, we have JMTV OG6TT. Way not to make that easy on me, buddy. Personally, I would like to see the Egyptian or Celtic pantheons because of how Kratos traveled through the Egypt once during his journey leaving Greece behind, and the Celtic because I believe despite leaving it behind centuries ago, Oberon, I'm going Oberon, may still have some business with Mimir. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know he traveled there in the Dark Horse comic, well, in Egypt as well. I don't know if he went through Celtic, at least Kratos. I don't think he went through Celtic, but I bet whoever Oberon is, Mimir, I'm sure. Let's see him go at it. Like, Sindri should make him a new body. That'd be sick. That was an old God of War theory. That's such a good one. I think it's funny. But yeah, down. Next up, Calhoff. Thank 991. As far as I'm concerned, it has to be either Celtic or Slavic. I'm down with Slavic. I don't know barely anything about it. I know like one thing, and that's like their egg coloring tradition, kind of like in Easter, but I don't know really anything else. That's literally it. I got nothing. They're both right next to Scandinavia. The British Isles have a long tradition of mythical giants, which would explain where all the Norse giants escaped to, which is even supported in Irish mythology as the Fomorian giants are, jeez, I'm friggin' crow, dude, is that word from Scandinavia. There's tons of exploitable iconography. Dude, you are so much better at English than I am. Exploitable iconography. Slavic works too because The Witcher is popular now. Oh yeah, The Witcher is Slavic. I never played The Witcher. I've heard it's wicked, wicked, wicked good though. Though noticeably less so with each passing day as Netflix continues to fumble the series. Big stab at with Netflix, but I'm not a huge Netflix fan either, so take that as it is. And it's an untapped market full of unique and underutilized stuff. I can agree with that 100% because I completely forgot Witcher was Slavic mythology, at least in the game, I think. Apparently not the Netflix stuff because Netflix just ruins everything. But yeah, a completely untapped market, basically. Like I said earlier, don't know jack shit about Slavic. There's a few Slavic comments in here. There really is. See if I can find another one. Here's a cool one. Babylonian mythology would be cool. Or Kratos versus the 72 demons of the Goetia. This is by the Bibicycle. Also, the fact that you didn't mention the something or another in Celtic myth part baffled me. That would be a great boss fight. And I have no idea how to pronounce that or even know what it is. So, good boss fight. Might be another video because I'm really have no idea what it is and I want to know what it is. Like if you want it. Oh, here's another Slavic one by Peter Suman, 1890. I know it's unlikely, but I would love to see Slavic mythology. They are really underrated. Another Slavic. There was a few Slavic ones in here, and I was really surprised because I really didn't know that Slavic would really be in high demand. I really expected, obviously, Chinese, Japanese, Egyptian, and Celtic. I figured those would be the big ones. I know a few Mayans and like Incan and Aztec. I get them all mixed up. I know they're not the same thing, but I don't know which one is which. So I'd love to explore those too, so I would know. But a lot of Slavic comments. Really surprised how much Slavic comments there are in here. Yeah, probably fourth most commented mythology, obviously behind no particular order, Egypt, Celtic, and Japanese even. Maybe fifth, but Chinese was in there quite a bit as well, which I really don't know much about. I know a little bit about the Monkey King. Not a lot. Not gonna lie to you guys, not a lot. Okay, username.exontfound2943 guy. I think the final mythology should be Sumerian gods, since Sumeria is generally considered to be the first civilization, so perhaps they could be the first gods to exist. I think that's a cool idea. Yeah, over in Sumer, which is, I believe, is in the Middle East somewhere. Don't quote me on exactly where it is. A lot of the beginning of mythologies and civilization did come from the ancient Sumerians. That would be awesome to bring it all the way back to Sumerian gods and going off that and just developing everything kind of from there. And maybe they are the first gods. I have no idea. Obviously not that old. Yeah, some of you think so, but fuck off. So what do you want to see next in the God of War series? What is the next mythology in the God of War series? Tell me in the comments down below. If you did like this video, please leave a like. You never know when your comments may be in another video. So definitely leave me a comment down below. Think about subscribing. We do a lot of cool stuff here. And above all, good night and happy gaming. Good night, everybody.